Hello everybody, welcome to Your Bad Gaming, where we are all a little bad. This is Electric Boogaloo versus Action Rune Game 1, the rematch of the century. The purveyors of offlane quap and other weird things, apparently, so I've been told. I'm here with my co-caster Skarlet. How you doing, man?
Oh, hi. Yeah, this is two of the top four currently in the EST Sunday for RD2L, Season 11.
Oh boy.
And as you kind of alluded to, they met in Week 1, which ended 1-1.
Oh, damn. So are you open for a 2-0 this time? The official who's better?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. But it's like a really important game for both these teams. Both of them probably make the playoffs either way, but Electric Boogaloo's in second place right now at 8-4, 9-3. 9-3 is the record.
All right.
And the top two get a first round bye. So if they want to make sure they stay at least at number 2, a 2-0 would go a long way for them here. Action Rune probably would have to like win out to get into the top 2. They'd also probably have to lose out to fall out of the playoffs. So it maybe it matters a little bit less for them. But they are playing with a stand-in. They're missing one of their supports, Hotshot, I believe.
Yes, he was advertising that in the Discord channel. They were missing one.
Yeah. They got a ringer though. This tree guy is I think he's a EST Monday dude that does like power rankings and stuff. I remember seeing him around.
All right, so we've got Viper Ursa bans from Electric Boogaloo, pretty standard lane dominators, and the Crystal Maiden first pick. This is so freaking popular right now, and Dream Protector as well. All right.
Yeah, Action Rune has a really, really high win rate with Viper. They have the Melliflox. Their position 1 he's a really, really efficient farmer, and when Gotard, who plays mid, is on Viper, he's really good at just like creating space for him and just letting Melliflox like take over the game by like, minute 25, 30 or whatever.
Makes sense.
When he starts hitting those major items.
Okay. So, Electric Boogaloo has a pretty, I'm going to say, more standard draft so far, with the Tree into Warlock ulti, real strong initiation. From both of those heroes, the only problem is you're kind of having to fight around your ults, but Night Stalker is... Didn't expect a second pick Night Stalker.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, one interesting thing here is Electric Boogaloo choosing not to go with Earth Spirit. Boog plays Earth Spirit for them, and he's like 5-0 or 6-0 on that hero on the season, so I'm kind of surprised that it wasn't banned and they didn't go for it, but I don't know. I'm sure he plays Treant as well, so I'm pretty sure he's on Treant. Octane's on Warlock. Octane plays a lot of Warlock, and he's really good at just making sure he's in the right position, getting his ult off, not dying.
Makes sense. You most likely want comfort heroes for a game that's this close to the playoffs. Want to cement that position. Lifestealer and Faceless Void picks again. Electric Boogaloo just taking out more of those real heavy lane domination heroes. Ursa real hard to zone, Viper real hard to zone, Lifestealer real freaking hard to zone. All three of these heroes not really known for losing their
10
lanes.
seconds remaining.
And then, well,
5 seconds
bans are a bit
remaining.
more all over the place for
Radiant team
Action Rune.
ban.
Yeah, I know the Matador plays a lot of Invoker, so I think that one makes sense. I'm not too sure about the Legion ban, but one thing to note is the Night Stalker pick it's definitely the tree hero. I don't think Action Rune's run it at all.
5 seconds remaining.
So I'm pretty sure that's just a hero that Tree feels comfortable playing.
I like the Slark ban here. Tree, if he gets agged, or honestly, even if he's just walking around, he's kind of susceptible to being caught out.
Radiant team
And Slark has that automatic, I know if you're seeing me thing going on. If he's standing still, doesn't go under a new ward, and suddenly somebody's seeing him, but he doesn't see them, you can just pop dust, kill him. Could be real good. So probably good that they got rid of that. And
10 seconds remaining.
all right, Abaddon offlane for Electric Boogaloo most likely.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, just another solid off lane kind of meta hero to go along with what they've kind of picked so far. It's pretty. I don't know. I guess Night Stalker's kind of annoying if you like want to shield someone, you can't. When you have that long ass silence, there's no way to get rid of it unless he pops your ult. But
I know, but I actually like it as the fact that now Night Stalker kind of has to silence the Abaddon because, you know, he can purge it off of anybody else. And for these two giant ultis, Abaddon isn't really the priority silence target.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's like you try to silence the Warlock and you have like, oh, 8-second silence, and then he just shields it off and he drops the ult. That's a good point.
CM Night Stalker, though, still two pretty strong early game cores, so I'm wondering what they're going to follow it up with. I would imagine I don't know, maybe something that farms and needs space to be created, because that's definitely what CM and Night Stalker can do.
Yeah, the Action Rune offlaner, I don't know how, Samal sees whatever. He wasn't on their team in week 1, and as he now picks up Omni Knight. Yeah, they had a different player, and he was a free agent pickup. I guess they either a 3rd or 4th round pick was inactive, and he was who they got to replace him. I haven't seen him play.
So, do you think that this Omni Knight is offlane?
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, for sure. Well, yeah, I think it is. You could run Night Stalker offlane too.
That's what I was thinking, but I mean, they both kind of work
Omni Knight's more popular now.
Definitely.
Night Stalker, you could even run jungle depending on how you feel about things.
Spectre is a hero that kind of suffers from early pressure, so wondering how the Night Stalker is going to be able to compete with that. And there's the anti-mage pick, 2 very late game agility carries coming out from both teams. So, not sure if we're going to see a terribly early finish, but it's interesting to see which team can make more space for their farming core.
I like this.
10 seconds remaining.
I like picking up the carry first for EB when they have last pick. In my opinion, their mid is Matador is better than the Action Rune mid Kotard. I think Action Rune's advantage is in their carry Malifaux. So if they're able to get a favorable matchup for Matador and let him try to make space for Zephyr, their carry, playing Spectre, I think that'll go a long way for them.
Well, Sniper, last ban, they maybe just don't want to mid against that, which I can understand. He's really, really an annoying mid.
10 seconds remaining.
Toss out Shrapnel, don't need to be anywhere near the wave, absolutely no danger to you. And TA out from Action Rune. All right.
Pick.
Yeah, in the game that EB won, I believe Matador played TA and had a really, really strong game.
Yeah, and I can definitely understand banning TA against a Shadow Fiend. Like, he doesn't have any easy ways to strip Refraction. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we'll see, like, a Storm Spirit out from... Well, no, they've got an Anti-Mage. That's dumb.
5 seconds remaining.
I like just any hero that can control the tempo, get active around the map early. I think Matador plays those heroes well, those kind of heroes. Especially when you have a Spectre, you need someone to... I mean, I guess you have an Abaddon who can run at people, but
yeah,
it would still be good. Something here. Like a Puck, maybe. I know he plays that hero.
Puck would be interesting, but... well, you do have an Abaddon, so the
Night
silence
Stalker's
isn't
a little
huge
weird.
issue.
Yeah, Night Stalker's real good against Puck, if you're not careful.
Like, if Puck goes on anybody, and the Night Stalker's even close to around, Abaddon better be there to save his ass, or it could go real bad. They're definitely thinking about this one, because, well, I mean, honestly, I'm sort of drawing a blank. Like you said, Puck would be okay, but Night Stalker real good against that. They can't take, like, Alright, Dragon Knight. That is a lane winner right there.
A little bit of a different direction. So he'll create space by, applying pressure to towers, probably on the opposite side of the map, and then depending on how things go, either Spectre can just farm while everyone else comes, or if they get a favorable fight, he can haunt in.
Yeah, and keeping the lanes pushed out is definitely going to be good for Electric Boogaloo, since they have the Tree and Protector. Like, without a really committed push, you're almost never getting a tower after he gets a few levels.
Oh, no way. I wonder if they're swapping this. They actually have Maleflux on Shadow Fiend.
Oh, really? So you think they're going to send the Dragon Knight mid? Or...
No,
or
I'm
not
saying...
the Dragon Knight, the Anti-Mage, I'm dumb.
No, I think they're just putting Maleflux mid.
Oh, really? Alright.
Yeah, I think it's a role swap. I don't... Well... I mean... Anti-Mage doesn't do terribly against Dragon Knight. It's kind of a... Everyone just farms the lane.
And he's not exactly at major risk of, like, being ganked against that team. Like, pre-6, they aren't the best roamers. Tree has some power, but I feel like they don't have a ton of kill potential on an anti-mage with just a Dragon Knight to back him up.
I wonder if they're just worried if like, they throw, like, Abaddon and Tree in the off lane. That is just too much.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not like Shadow Fiend. I mean, Shadow Fiend's gonna have trouble against that too. I see. They have to be just putting Shadow Fiend mid, and Maleflux playing it.
All right. Well, we'll see. Got to be honest though, I'm mostly interested in the support play right now. Like, seeing what this CM and Omni and Night Stalker can do, especially around that 4-minute mark whenever Night Stalker comes into his first spike.
Yeah, and Night Stalker's playing it definitely in the support role. He's, well, not jungling, I guess is what I mean, as he doesn't pick up the Iron Talon, so he'll be staying bottom to help out Gotard. So a little bit of a role swap here. I think that ward just did catch out that Abaddon, and yeah, he's got a sentry on the Night Stalker, so they should see he doesn't have the ward.
Yeah.
They should know, yeah. And I think they're waiting for Anti-Mage.
30 seconds to
No, they're just gonna
It kind of makes sense to give Night Stalker some early gold. Let him pick up that urn, maybe.
Okay, this is like more of a role swap than I thought it is. So Zerg's actually on the Omni Knight.
Oh, really?
And yeah, whatever. The guy with the Z.
Yeah, Zerg.
Is it looks like playing before.
the battle begins.
So, oh, it's actually a tree crystal maiden. Okay.
Ah, Zerg.
Interesting.
Jeez.
So Boog on the tree is actually gonna head bottom. This is a really annoying lane to deal with.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be painful.
Abaddon tree. But one sort of nice thing is that even though they had to use their sentry, it's still like in a position where they'll be able to see the tree.
Yeah,
Potentially.
definitely. Like Tree loves being in that area, like outside the lane between the jungle and area. So, but they also know that they've got a sentry there. So, looks like they're gonna try to de-ward the sentry, but I think that
he's not gonna get it.
yeah, that is real rough. So that's it's 165 gold, kind of down the drain from Dire so far. Good ward placement by Radiant.
But Night Stalker's already going mid, and CM's pulling / jungling, so SMH actually has to be a little bit careful here.
Well, Night Stalker did have to go mid because Warlock's just here to throw at Shadow Words, and that's real freaking annoying.
Yeah. So that leaves Omni versus Spectre solo.
And I think that
I mean,
Omni wins
they
that.
have to. Well, Spectre will be okay, I think, till level 3. They need to get back and help out Spectre by the time Omni's level 3.
There's the first point in D-Gen.
Yeah, the problem is Purification level 1 just doesn't do enough damage that he can just like run at him. He's still like obviously doing really well here. But it gets to the point when level 2 in Purification where he can just straight up kill the Spectre. He just runs at him and there's nothing that can happen.
Boog is going to do some damage to the CM, and actually Chaser, he's faster than her by quite a bit. There's the root, but he's still chasing.
He's so close to level 2 if he had level 2. thinks about the deny
What sort of
on that bounty.
dance is this?
Yeah. I don't know. I think I would have gone for it. Like,
Just what I've been waiting for.
no way you were getting it. Still interrupts CM's early levels. Stops the growth of that mana regen for his team. And now Zamoxes is in a bit of trouble. Well, not too much trouble. Again, the lack of the slow on Tree, except for the Orb of Venom, is kind of hurting his early kill potential.
Electric Boogaloo seems to be prioritizing pressuring both mid and bot lane. The problem is, it's level 3 on the Omni now, and this is so scary for the Spectre,
Oh yeah.
who is getting severely outlast hit, and I mean it's not getting easier. It's only going to get harder for him unless the supports start rotating.
Yeah, it's 12 to 6 now, and that's real rough. So Anya's controlling the lane real well, but now he's taking tower hits. But, you know, Purify, right back up. And still no rotations back from the supports. Despite all the harassment that the Shadow Fiend has had to take, like, this mid lane is actually still fairly even. And Meliflox actually has more denies, so he might be he's actually in a better spot. He's a level ahead.
Yeah, and Warlock's finally making his way top. I think Omni maybe needed to get like one pull off to really get the pressure on. But
Yeah.
now with Warlock here, it would be a little bit harder.
Playing against this tower is pretty rough for him. Like, he doesn't have a ton of dive potential.
Yeah, like if you can get the purification off, then chase and get the second one without taking like 5 tower shots, you will kill the Spectre. But when the creep equilibrium so close to tower.
Really unlikely. And now Warlock's gonna get a pull off, so that's even. Well, I said worse for Spectre, but now creeps are actually just on her, so.
Yeah, and that's dangerous too because you could get like a surprise purification on the creeps to bring him low.
Like Spectre
He
just
will
took
at
one.
least get the heals.
Yep.
He's out of regen.
Oh, the Spectre is.
Invisible
Yeah.
on TK.
Spectre does have a salve in the stash, so next time that the courier comes that way, bit of an extra.
This is one kind of problem with running Night Stalker as a straight support, as opposed to just like jungling and making sure you're like 3 at least. Is that he's only level 2 and his potential on this, as it's been like a minute into the first night, isn't as high as it could be. He does at least have boots.
Might wrap on this Abaddon though. They're in a pretty good position to try to do something. He's still got the Aphotic Shield on him. There's the slow. Some light harass
With the tree heal though.
The tree heal
Oh,
does
he
make it harder.
buys the TP, but he doesn't have enough mana
Yeah, he doesn't have enough mana for his Aphotic Shield either. He's gonna
That's
go
gonna be
down.
the first to the anti-mage.
And Gotard, with the amazing sponsor of Pornhub, is going to get the first blood. Nice little boost for him. He's now ahead of the mid heroes, actually. And that will be actually almost his perseverance if he wants to go for the Void Stone. But now Abaddon's going to have some help. Tree and Protector is down here now, and if they try that stunt again, it actually could get turned around. Well, now Tree is just tanking tower shots. Maybe
Night
less
Stalker wants
ideal.
to set up mid now. But this is tough.
Oh yeah,
It is only level 1 Dragon Blood, but
it's still Dragon Blood. And yeah, there's just no way. I think that he realizes that, so he shows on the creep wave, and he might just. Oh, Funa's gonna try to get that rune, but Dragon Knight gets hit double damage, and they definitely can't go on him now.
Zephyr's done a really good job catching up since Warlock rotated back top to help him out. He's actually ahead of Omni Knight on CS now.
Yeah, but I still feel like Omni Knight has just gotten so much out of this lane. I can consider this as a pretty successful.
Yeah, but
lane.
I mean, it was an active choice by EB, right? Like
Yeah.
they left him alone in a bad matchup for so long. Tree's never even been there. They've been just trying to focus on this anti-mage, who here comes a haunt in. Oh, he
but
avoids most of the Requiem damage, but
everybody's low, and there's that damage reduction, so it doesn't look like any kills are actually going to come out of it.
that's really unfortunate for Spectre.
Yeah.
You really want to get a kill off that first haunt, because now you're just out of lane.
But Spectre has Phase Boots now, and gonna get the Bounty Runes, so... Well, Phase Boots. Whenever it comes. And Omni Knight's still free lane. He's level 6 now, so... First team fight that he's in, there will be that Guardian Angel up. Real big ult. Tree is still working on those levels, and so is Warlock. They've both been pretty active around the map. CM, thankfully for her, has just been pretty free to jungle. Like, there was that rotation bottom, but for the most part, CM has been able to play fairly greedy. I'm not getting pressured, not much gonna happen there. Now Omni Knight's just gonna like show up, bop this Treant.
Yeah, they can't do any. They can't deal with him right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even with 3 heroes here, he's not afraid. He doesn't necessarily know the Warlock's here, but I'm pretty sure he just heals himself and pops ult.
Yeah.
If he has to. Do you go aggressive there?
I feel like I do, but I also
You
feel
get
like
the
I
Spectre,
die
but
for
you
it.
probably die. You probably die. So the question is, are you worth more than the Spectre right now?
Which, honestly, probably not. And the Spectre, even the Spectre play is real risky because of Tree heal. And Warlock heal. Like, that's a pretty high
It
sustain.
actually is, yeah, level 2, yeah. You're right, I think that's the right play.
But now Shadow Fiend might want something. He's got a haste rune and he is coming up. Like, Tree's gonna spot him first so that they know that he's there.
They know. They know.
Zephyr's just gonna sit under tower. But here's the Omni Knight. They might try for, I don't know, some sort of purification play. Omni Knight gonna tank the tower.
I mean, he could just run down this Warlock.
Yeah.
There's nothing Warlock's gonna be able to do.
There's the slow out, but double raise does end up killing him despite the
He's
tree.
got a sentry. I wonder if he tries. No, he's not.
It'd be like
He only saw the armor, so he doesn't necessarily know that the tree was actually okay. Well, now he does.
needle in a haystack though.
Dire's top tower is
And
under attack.
Nice Stalker gets a kill
I think
mid.
you go for that. Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
During daytime too.
Dragonite does not need to be dying this early. He's a Dragonite.
This'll come in handy.
Lanes have gone really well for Action Rune here. Their anti-mage is just having such a better time than Spectre.
Definitely.
The plan to put a lot of pressure onto the bottom lane hasn't really paid off for Action for Electric Boogaloo, excuse me.
I think a big problem is if you're going to try to put a lot of pressure onto a lane like this, then I feel like you need some sort of stun or a lockdown, or else Anti-Mage just okay,
no.
big kill.
Now art
Yeah.
damned.
Abaddon was saving his point on his ult, and he popped it right before he died. The problem was what the AM just waited.
Yeah.
He just waits for it to run out, then blinks up and man avoids him.
Yeah, so that's real unfortunate. Boog's gonna be invis here, but it's not like he can do anything. He's probably just hoping that Anti-Mage pushes up the lane so he can soak some XP.
Matador getting gone on turnaround with the Spectre Haunt though.
Oh boy, there's the
Oh, big
Requiem. It's
Requiem.
coming out. Big damage. Now Zephyr's in some trouble, but Death Requiem comes out. Not enough damage to kill anybody. Fire Breath ends up taking out the Night Stalker, but
Tree's out
Omni
of
Knight's
mana,
here.
but
He misses the
Lambi can do so
Purify.
much. Oh, he needed that.
Dire's top tower is under
Alright.
He can run down someone if he wants, but he'll just repel and back away.
Yeah, I feel like once you miss the Purify, you know that it's sort of over. Like, there wasn't a whole lot that he could do. And chances are if he tries to run somebody down, then they just shrine anyways. And he gets turned on.
Well, Anti-Mage is on track for like a 14 or 15 minute Treads Battle Fury.
Which is
Considering
very
the
good.
pressure that they were putting on him, or attempting to put on him at least. Yeah, you're gonna be pretty happy with that.
And it looks like Spectre will maybe be going straight Radiance, not stopping for that Vanguard or Urn or anything. There's 1,400 gold in the bank. Definitely could buy a piece of something unless it was a Radiance.
Yeah, but again, he's just gonna find himself in this top lane alone against this Omni, and he just doesn't want to be here.
Definitely understandable. Base boots does make it like a little bit safer though, but still can't come up and last hit, or you're just gonna take a nuke.
Yep, for sure. But like, you know, a CM or especially a Night Stalker shows up, you're gonna die.
Oh yeah.
But he does have this nice ward from the Warlock, so he could see any potential non-smoke ganks if someone TPs to like that try to get him. And he does now have the Warlock here. I think they're recognizing they have to.
I mean, Warlock's
help
there,
out.
but he's got absolutely nothing. He's got 60 mana. Like,
Yeah, it's a little sad for him. He's still not even level 6. Do they have a... I'm assuming they... I don't know if this shows correctly, but if they have a tome or whatever.
Abaddon's rooted up, and he's in the middle of 4 heroes. He's going down.
The bright side is he at least forced the Omni rotation, so Spectre can get all this creeps up here without worrying about getting pressured.
And you're
Yeah, I
talking
mean,
about...
jeez, this AM just getting everything he wants now.
And you were talking about how Zamoxley's on the Night Stalker was a bit behind because of the full support, but I would say that he's definitely caught up in a big way. Like, he's doing pretty well for himself. 2-1-1. There's the
Haunted.
Purify.
Oh,
Big
nice catch, just barely with that ult from the Treant. That's big. He was out if that doesn't catch, and that was right at the edge of their range.
Yeah, and Guardian Angel on cooldown for 2 seconds, and Omni Knight didn't have mana for it either way, so...
That was so close to being another situation where Haunt's used and they don't get a kill.
The only thing that probably would have made that better is if the Spectre had gotten that kill instead of the Abaddon, but I understand them not wanting to risk him getting away.
Yeah, it's still way better than the first Haunt they used.
Yep.
Where no one died, and he like went from top to bottom lane with nothing to farm.
Oh, but now Night Stalker's going to rotate up. Ward spots him out, but Spectre might be in some trouble.
Yeah,
It's like-
he's dead.
Yeah.
CM's picked up a Midas, by the way.
Oh, see him going real greedy then. I kind of respect it though. Team hasn't had to do
Well,
much.
they know they're against a Spectre, and they have an anti-mage. Like, even with the Dragon Knight in the game, this most likely isn't like a 30-minute game.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like they're going to group up bottom and put some real heavy pressure on this tower. Dragon Form has been popped, so they've got to try to take this like with this push, or it's just going to get healed back up. Or no, it's not. I'm dumb. Wrong team.
Right, yeah, but Action when going for top, they need to get this tower, or it will get healed back up, and they will.
And it's a good idea to, you know, go for it while they're pretty fully committed to bottom.
They're fully committed, they know Haunt is on cooldown. Oh, no Fox!
This sustains. Good.
Didn't quite get there in time while that creep was still up.
Right for it.
But yeah,
Unfortunate.
it gets a little bit harder and harder for Spectre. He doesn't have the blink that Anti-Mage does, and now without that top tower, he feels a little bit more constrained on the map.
Yeah, that's
in
a lot
what's
of
safe.
that's a lot of protection that tier 1 top grants you for restricting entry for the enemy heroes into the jungle. There's a Treant ult, but it looks like it doesn't catch anybody.
Wow.
Now Malafox is in the backlines. He's looking for a Requiem. There it is. Warlock gonna get like raised and everything.
Oh, he uses the wand and drops low before he dies, and now the Haunt can come in.
Yeah.
Or are they gonna get this
They're
Omni?
trying to get the
So
Omni.
close.
It is so far away, and the Spectre
That's
gets
a
a
big
real
kill.
long right
And they're
click.
gonna get the CM too. That was a huge play by Warlock to get that wand and the ult off before Rysus is messaging me before he died.
Saved the
That
fight
gave
in a
him
big
2
way.
kills. Oh yeah. Because the Haunt in isn't enough without the Warlock ult getting dropped.
And it honestly might also give them a tier 2.
Radiant's middle tower is
Like,
under
this would be a
attack.
big objective if they took it this early.
Yeah, still got well, they do actually just pops the ult, so yeah, that's huge.
Not gonna be able to pressure high ground though, unfortunately. Everybody is up, and you still have to respect the fact that CM doesn't have an ulti. Okay, never mind.
Blessings.
Yeah, it's not too uncommon to see CMs skip the ulti for a few levels.
Yeah, I can definitely understand it. She doesn't have a big, like... They've got a lot of ways to cancel it, like just counter-initiating between either Treant ult or Golem or just...
Right, I mean, you're gonna use it in a big team fight, which means the enemy's big team fight ults are probably available, both of which will cancel it pretty easily.
I mean, I'm really going in.
Plus the DK.
Oh, fuck's gonna pop.
Oh, but they found the Treant.
And now Dragon Knight's in a bit of trouble. He's Abaddon shielded up, and Abaddon doesn't have ult. Matador, he's real freaking slow right now. Gets the missed coil, but it's probably not going to be enough. He's real freaking tanky, though. There's the CM ult. Final Raise brings him down, and looks like they aren't going to try for anything else.
That's the problem that EB can kind of run into here. They are really strong in team fights when their ults are up, but Action Rune isn't nearly as reliant on their ultimates and cooldowns. So as soon as they've used their Warlock ult, the DK ult runs out, they're considerably weaker, and they don't want to get caught out like that while they don't have their ults available to fight.
Yeah, but on a different note, Spectre picking up the Relic, getting real close to that big item. Looks like the Night Stalker was going to try to go in, but Night did run out, and Darkness is down for 100 seconds, so they're going to have to try to take this the old-fashioned way. With Shadow Fiend just running up and nuking her to death. And it might work. There's the slow.
No TP for a while here. Oh, this is such a painful death. Does he juke it out?
No. Oh my god,
he's got
he
the
might.
Q. What a player.
He's getting
You
out.
have
He's
7 seconds left.
He's stuck in trees now.
Does he go for the race? Does he go for the race? Oh my god, Metal Fox. Do it, Metal Fox.
Zephyr's getting out. They even ping out the wrong spot.
Do they have the scan? They had the scan. I think you have to scan and go for the raise there.
Yeah, but scan kind of covers a big area. Like, they could have
tried. It does,
tried.
but like, you have a general idea. I mean, I think your mid and your far range raise could have gotten him.
Yeah, there's no harm in trying. Like, what are you gonna lose? Some mana? You've got to see.
That would have been such a big kill, but a great escape by Zephyr there.
Yeah. Can't discount those plays, even if the raise.
It also looks like so easy when you have the no fog of war and be like, oh, just run up and hit Q. But he can't know exactly how far the Spectre's gone, whether his TP was on or off cooldown. So
a lot of guesswork involved. Dragon Knight's still doing the best of the bunch on that team, but I mean, Radiant has pulled ahead in kind of a big way, and while the Spectre Radiants will be big, I mean, they have to come back from a kind of tough position. You when you're typing like a plebeian.
Oh, sorry.
Use voice to text. You know, I'm sure that's not buggy as hell.
No. But then you would have heard what I was saying in my private messages.
Oh, I'm sure it was just all mean and all about me.
Yeah.
Spectre's
they want to go for this fight.
Still no Radiance though, so
Looking for
big
CM in the back.
There's the Guardian Angel, and unfortunately Desolate does go through.
He's just gonna get it. Oh, he's gonna die to the Fatal Bonds? No.
Nah, he's fine.
He'll be okay.
There's the Purify too to make sure. And now
all things considered, for all of the 4 big ultimates used on Electric Boogaloo to only lose a CM, I think you're happy with that. Especially if you get this top tier 2 as well. That's definitely a win for Action Rune, and they can kind of like just time it out and try to take a fight within the next minute or so, especially once the DK ult runs out, and they'll be in a really good spot.
Yeah, and now Wave's in kind of a bad spot for EB, because if they all show up and pressure this bottom tower, that means that Action Rune is like free to try to get damage on this tier 3. So they're gonna have to back off. Dragon Knight ulti not even gonna. Well, it might. It's gonna do some significant damage, but I'm not sure if he's taking this tower. There comes the CM, and he knows that he has to back off.
No, do they have detection? He's got a dust.
Night Stalker coming in. There's the dust.
And he doesn't have
silence.
a TP. Oh man, no TP.
Oh, even Anti-Mage just getting in on this. He is going down.
is under attack.
I was gonna try to arm with tackle, but not against 4 people.
That's real hard.
Yeah, it's just he did a lot of damage to it, sure, but that just seems really greedy. When you're sitting there without a TP, your entire team's gone, and you're just banking on them not having detection.
Looks like Abaddon is going Solar Crest into Midas. Maybe he thought the team had the right idea. Which, I don't know, 22-minute Midas seems, eh.
Yeah, I also would have preferred the Midas, like, maybe even before the Solar Crest, like, you can go maybe Medallion Midas, or even Midas first item. That's not too uncommon. But, I don't know, it's still not, like, super late.
Solar
Like,
Crest just kind of makes Dragon Knight so much better, though. Like, if you really think about it.
It's such a good item. I see what he's thinking.
Oh, Dragon Knight actually completes the TP. They're, like, in on this, but...
And this is
Does
Radiance
Haunt maybe
and
a
Haunt
little
available.
early.
And there it is.
Haunt comes in. Overgrowth hits onto nothing, though, unfortunately. Looks like Warlock's going to be, like, nuked down. 6 seconds to Golem. They've got to disengage before this is up, or they could get...
Omni-Knight died with 2 seconds left before his ult was back on cooldown. They want to really, really find more, though. If it's just a CM, that's maybe not the end of the world.
Yeah.
For Action Rune here.
Samoxley's really hard to catch up to. And the Shallow Blade on Melifox and, you know, Anti-Mage Blink.
They didn't
it's hard to
use
catch
Warlock
up a lot of
for it, though. So, still maybe could take a team fight again. The Treant ult doesn't have the longest cooldown. Haunts... I don't know. I think the safe point is definitely to wait for Haunt to be back up.
Speaking of Treant, this guy needs to get on healing these towers. It's bugging me that they aren't topped off.
Wow. They're getting there.
He exists
Not like
to
they're about to
please
die.
me.
This'll come in handy.
And Anti-Mage, Manta, not far off, and that's when he gets real dangerous. The triple mana break coming out.
Boog is going for a Blink Dagger here, and I think he's recognizing that even with how strong they are with all their ults up, he's their primary catch. He needs to hit like a multi-person overgrowth for them to take more than like 1 or 2 people in the team fights where they're looking so strong.
Yeah, he's gotten a couple that have just whiffed, and Abaddon getting real low to a Mana Void, but Warlock does have ulti, so they might be hesitant to chase us any further. Zamolxi's Mama didn't raise no bitch, he's going way in. Aphotic Shield comes out, but it looks like they're just going to try for the Warlock instead.
Warlock.
He goes down. There's Golem used. Treant Protector is
5 seconds
stuck
on
in
Haunt.
freeze. There's Overgrowth that comes down. Purify brings him down, and now Abaddon's on the back foot. He has to run away. There's the stun, but Dust and the big old Guardian Angel. This is real rough.
Oh
right
no,
now.
this is so bad. Dragon Knight, no. That's just like a worst case scenario for Electric Boogaloo. They really wanted to hold off on that fight for like 10 more seconds until Spectre had Haunt up. And instead they end up burning the Tree ult and the Warlock ult, and they still lose 3 there.
And now Anti-Mage gets that
Spectre
massive
can't even
stack.
get into the fight because it's like already over by the time his Haunt comes off cooldown.
Yeah, that's just bad on its face. And now Warlock ult and Tree ult are both down now, as well as Dragon Knights. So they have even more room to play around. Try to take some fights. Like, CM didn't commit anything, Mana Void's already back up, Requiem wasn't used. Darkness was used, that's the one big cooldown that was committed, and so was Guardian Angel. Guardian Angel is probably the biggest one that Radiant had to commit.
Spectre is getting close to his, what do you call it, Diffusal Blade, so that will help out a lot against the Guardian Angel.
Yeah, so
Should, barring Catastrophe, have it for the next time that the big ults are up, the Warlock ult, Tree ult, and so on.
So, do you think that this is a casual Vit booster, or is it going to be turned into, like, a Vanguard before Diffusal?
If I'm him, I think I finish Diffusal first.
Really?
Dire's bottom tower.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
Purge
I
off
mean,
Guardian Angel.
Structures are fortified.
yeah. You don't want to like ult in and then just like not be able to kill anyone because of Guardian Angel. It also helps a lot for chasing people down when they have a little bit of just like what's their lockdown outside of ults. It's like DK stun.
Yep.
So
13k lead now though for Action Rune, and a pretty significant amount of it on AM. Like, he's doing real well for himself.
like ideally, if you can haunt in and like say kill the Crystal Maiden with like a diffuser charge if you have to, and then like haunt onto someone else and start getting them down before it runs out, that would be not haunt, whatever the other thing's called, reality. You know,
Yeah.
go to the other illusions. So, and if like the Omni gets the ult off and prevents that from happening, it significantly hurts how that team fight's gonna go for you.
Pornhub might be in some trouble. Matador's coming in, but oh man. Scarface is getting chunked down. He's got no mana for anything.
And they use the tree ult, that's big.
Yep. Anti-Mage goes down 75 seconds with no farming for him, and now they're all grouped up as 5 and probably poised to push bottom tier 2, if I had to guess. Okay. Dragon Knight ulti is up. They can definitely take this tower. So is Golem. And it looks like they're just going to try for the trade mid.
Yeah, makes sense. I
Middle
mean,
tower is under attack.
they certainly don't want to use the...
Spectre's going to TP in here. This is dangerous. Like, CM's in a perfect position.
He needs help here.
Yeah, this...
Oh no, is this... He just thought he was alone. Oh no.
Oh, that's real rough.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh boy, but that was the whole team.
Now Matador
Oh,
gets
no,
dusted.
Dragon Knight
off.
gets
He's
dusted
down.
up. What's going
There's
on?
the silence. There's no Dragon Tail or Breathe Fire. He's armored it up.
It's for so long.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Abaddon at least gets the
Electric
tower,
Boogaloo.
so consolation prize. But overall, definitely amazing for Action
Dire's
Rune.
middle tower is under attack.
Spectre showed up to unwinnable odds, and Dragon Knight tried to help out just a bit too late. And now Warlock gets caught out.
That massive silence, he's gonna go down too.
Oh, this is real bad. Dragon Knight and Spectre don't have buybacks. They could feasibly
Dire's
actually
middle
pressure
tower has
high
fallen.
ground. And they're pinging it out. Looks like they're going to go for it. Shadow Fiend is hitting for a ton,
Dire's
so he can just do
middle
this.
tower is under attack.
There's the Fortify.
They do have the glyph. So if this T3 doesn't go down, oh
Okay, that's bad. There's
Dude,
Overgrowth
no.
committed.
He got silver edged and he didn't pop the ult manually. Oh, Abaddon.
Haunt's not up
It's
for
just been
5
a
more
flurry
seconds.
of individual mistakes over and over by almost everyone on EB in like the last 1 minute.
But looks like Spectre's presence is going to be enough to dissuade them from continuing to push. Radiance is really annoying to push against. So they will at least keep that, and Tree can heal it up. It's already getting back up there.
Yeah, the good news is they have a tree and the tier 3 lives, but I don't know, how do you... I don't know how to do the grasp, but I'm sure that was a huge net worth swing.
F6, F7, and F8, I believe. Or
That's-
F5, F6, F7.
I like overruled those hotkeys, but yeah, I don't know.
Absolutely.
It's
Handy.
Yeah, it wasn't great. And even though Anti-Mage missed all that excitement, looks like now he's going to get an Aegis for his troubles. Or actually, Melifox has cleared up a spot for it, so he might be the recipient. Probably makes a bit more sense on the Shadow Fiend. Not to disparage the Anti-Mage, but I feel like it's probably definitely better on him.
And just going back to that previous sort of... Oh, well, let's
Oh,
watch the
Zephyr.
Spectre, because if he gets caught out...
Mini stun. There
Yeah.
it is, and the silence. Now Anti-Mage is gonna come in. There's a slows and another death.
He needs Manta, not whatever he was going with the Vit booster. That silence is way too long.
It's real rough. Now, Abaddon's taking some damage, but at least he's tanky. He's not gonna immediately be chunked down by the Shadow Fiend. But no Spectre. Like, I think that a buyback needs to come out here because I don't see them stopping this push any other way. There is the Golem and the
They have
Overgrowth
all their
Blade.
ults if they buy back. So even though they're down 20,000 net worth, it's not, you know, it's not like unrealistic to expect them to win a fight here.
Yeah, their ults are
Oh,
just
blinks
so
in
huge.
from the DK.
There's the Guardian Angel, though, and the Haunt
And
in
the
with the
buyback.
buyback. Overgrowth, big.
And the Warlock
Golem.
ult, huge bonds as well. DK goes down, Spectre.
Spectre's chasing down two. They're both gonna die here, looks like. Oh my
Oh,
god.
the Shadow Fiend! Shadow Fiend is so low, but it's just his Aegis. Both the cores are still alive for Action Rune.
Alright, Aegis is popped, and Pornhub is, like, he's not afraid of this Spectre.
You can't lose the Spectre after that buyback here.
There's
Everyone
the-
else on EB still is buyback. They could try to mass buyback, protect the racks.
Yeah, that's really hard without...
They had to do it sooner. They took too long.
There's the first racks of the game down to Action Rune, and now Shadow Fiend, he's just, like, he's not afraid of anything right now. He knows that they've got none of their big ults. There's, like, no lockdown on... There actually is literally no lockdown on this team without Dragon Knight up right now. So he's free to do whatever he wants, really.
Oh boy.
Small miracles, though. Creeps MVP. They're going to do some tower damage. Bottom. You know, before CM shows up and ruins it. Now shrines are down, and that's just more map control and less space for Spectre to be safe. Even though she hasn't really felt safe all game. I feel like Spectre just kind of had some real hard odds thrown her way this game.
No doubt. That early game where she was still against Omni for so long definitely hurt her. The laning phase clearly went in Action Rune's favor, but I thought Eevee was doing a really good job of understanding how they had to approach the team fights, that they had to fight around their ultimates and avoid fights otherwise. And then just suddenly in the last 5 to 10 minutes, it's just been people getting picked off individually, fighting disjointed, getting caught out when they don't have their ults up.
Yep.
And that small lead from that Action Rune had is just ballooned on the back of EB getting caught out in less than ideal conditions. They have to take fights that on their terms.
I've got to be honest, though, now, with Anti-Mage having this completed Abyssal and a nearly 32,000 net worth lead, I'm not entirely sure this game is really losable for them. Like, it's just going to be
It's
so
so
hard
hard.
for EB.
Oh yeah. Even the Shadow Fiend is so difficult for them to deal with right now. I mean, the Anti-Mage is basically unkillable. They just don't have enough lockdown for him. Like, they can lock him down with, like, their ults. I don't think they have enough damage to kill him during that, especially when there's an Omni Knight around.
And now Zamolxes is running around with an
gone.
Ags and
They
a
can't do
gem,
anything else.
so, like, they don't even have vision anymore. He's de-warding everything.
Everything's in Action Rune's favor at this point.
They do at the very least know that it's a top push with this ward that hasn't been taken down yet. Roche won't be up for a while, so unless they want to let this sit for a real long time, I'm gonna have to push now. But, you know, everything is up, so they've got a shot to defend this. Oh, damn, the instant jump in from Anti-Mage. He knows that that root is really screwing him over. There it is.
No buyback available on the Warlock. They have to do this without Warlock ult, which it's just asking too much, I think.
Especially without Fatal Bonds, too. Radiant's Fatal Bonds is doing so much these fights. There's the Haunt, and he's gonna go in on 3. There's the big ulti from Tree, but Guardian Angel comes out, and it's not enough. CM does go down, though. Abaddon's gonna be ulted up. Zephyr goes down. 91 seconds without her. There's the Tree down. And GG is called by EB. But they might turn it around, Night Stalker. Ah, no. GG. A very, very strong game 1 from Action Rune. We will see later if EB manages to pull it back for another 1-1.